Hey guys, I'm Grandmaster Shaymin and welcome back to the channel. And today we have episode 2 of the Sibling Experiment. And in the last episode we got an introduction to Jasmine and her older brother. And they're kind of dynamic with the family, and I gotta say, it's really weird. It's really weird. Perhaps it's just because, I don't know, I don't have older siblings. I only have younger siblings, and I mean, I don't know. I do kind of feel like, what's his name, Eric, is, I don't know. I feel for Jasmine, but I almost feel like that's just because I'm a girl, and so that's just the way that I feel. But I don't know. But if you missed that episode, make sure you go back and check it out. And if you want to download the visual novel from the Steam store, or even just online in general. But we're moving on to Saturday. No school. So even though I had a rough night last night with the royal jerk, I decided to be a bigger person and forgive Eric. Or maybe it was just a teeny tiny bit because I needed a lift to the mall, since I told my friends I'd meet them there at 10 as per the usual Saturday morning routine. I opened the door to the sty and stepped in without holding my nose. See, I was way more mature than my 16 years. Yeah, you were definitely not on the mature side, though. Oh, shit, man, I hate that. I can't go back. Can I... Nope. It doesn't... Okay. Snoring, sleeping on his stomach with a little bit of drool in the corner of his mouth and stingy brown hair falling over one of his eyelids. My hand shot out and shook him, and I mentally reminded myself to purify them later. Eric, wake up. I need you to take me to the mall. He opened an eye, but instead of getting up, he reached out his hand to feel under his pillow and pulled something out from there. I should have known what he kept under there. Of course it was that thing. Any normal guy would have a magazine or clothes under there. But my brother? Oh, he was far from normal. It was his D&D dice. Yo, this guy is wild. What the fuck? What's your level of persuasion? Will you persuade me to freaking do my thing? Jesus Christmas, oh my god. Okay, he rolled the small dice on the carpeted floor. No dice. What do you mean by no dice? Taking into account my dexterity of 4 and my regular sleeping patterns, you would need a 20 to get me out of bed before 1. The dice read 15. 1 in 20 odds. How is that even fair? Come on, be a big brother for once, Eric. I need you. He wouldn't budge. Now I was reminded that it was a mistake to forgive him. Wake me up if you want to play some D&D. He groggily spoke with both eyes closed. You know what? I'm gonna stick that dice if you don't take me, do you? Eric just rolled over. Be my guest. I have several hidden all around the house. Weirdo. Yeah, see, that's really weird. I threw up my arms in the air and left the room. I give up. Yeah, he's kind of a dick. But, I mean, you're kind of a dick too, so... Dick and a bitch living under the same roof. Woo! Nothing can go wrong. I went back to my room and hit my head on the desk repeatedly. It hurt. I felt like I was stuck in a nightmare with no way out. So Eric wouldn't drive me. What now? Oh. Jesus. Okay. Where it is that Jasmine should spend her day. Click on an area of the map you would like her to go. Yo, the mall is down the street? Yeah, the mall. I couldn't go, and it's all because my incompetent slacker of a brother. Unless I wanted to steal Eric's garbage truck. Could I? As tempted as I was to do that, the potential consequences of it stopped me. More scolding from Mom, having my car taken away from me. Maybe I would even have to say sorry to Eric. Stupid consequences. Plus, I don't really know how to drive and I haven't got my license yet. But I want to go. I want to go. Damn it, Eric. If it's down the street, you could walk! What? I can't even go back because of the whole save thing. Okay. Later that evening, I was still steaming. I knew what I had to do. I opened up my computer and set up our recording equipment, making sure everything was in order before I started my rant. To be honest, I didn't usually resort to this, but when it gets too much, you have to... You just know you have to get this lump of anger off your chest. Making vlogs was my way of doing just that. So my brother is a total complete jackass, a genetically mutated creep. He's outrageous, not that I haven't already mentioned all of that in my previous vlogs. He acts nothing like his age. Seriously, I feel like I'm dealing with a 5-year-old whenever I have to bear his presence. I'm pretty sure his one and only life goal is to piss me off, because he always looks like he's having the time of his life whenever he manages to poke fun at me. I wish he could just get off my case, but of course he would never. You know what? Maybe I wouldn't have minded making contacts with him all that much if he wasn't disturbingly nasty. I mean, like, disturbingly, disgustingly kind of nasty. And he has the nerve to say that he's not like this on purpose? What would possess a person to be so utterly gross anyway? He doesn't even have to work at it. It's just his natural state, the ever state of grossness. Oh, I almost forgot. I wrote a limerick about him. It goes like this: the loser king should have been his name. The only mean of his life is a dumb game. He forfeited friends for a life of pretend. Don't tell me that's not incredibly lame. If I could, I would never reincarnate as a sister again. That's how you get it. It's got to be Canadian, right? Because that's the only way that would rhyme. I would have written a better poem, but then again, it wouldn't have been up to his level, haha. That helped. Okay. The next morning, I did my best to avoid Eric after what he put me through yesterday. I wasn't particularly hard since being as lazy as he was, he slept in. I mean, why is that one in blue? Sunday? Fuck. So why was I here again? No one here was worth talking to. I remember that douche from the other day, Shutters. Even if someone here was worth talking to, I was never really in the talkative mood. I looked around and spotted a girl nearby who looked like she had been observing me. What a scrub. What? Hadn't she seen someone so well put together before? I couldn't help but scoff at her. Watch and learn, girl. Seriously, some people just had no class. What is this music? When the day was finally over, I went home to see Eric had only just woken up. What a complete loser. Greasy looking tousled hair and still with his pajamas on. How could he live like that? I gave him my best glare, but he didn't even seem to care. Why are you always here? Well, it's my house too, isn't it? Whatever, at least you can do is get out of my face when I'm at home. Got complaints? Stick it in with Mom and Dad's pity box. It was just then that I looked over to the box in front of him. Mom said I should try using it last night. Mom and Dad's pity box, huh? Wow, Eric already got something right for once. They were trying to have us believe that they look at our letters more seriously than just sending them a text. But while a text would be an important notice, how often did they check this box anyway? What were they actually expecting? It's obviously a desperate attempt. None of us had just bothered pointing it out. Eric never even wrote anything. Holy shit, this music is loud. I'm just gonna drop that down. Okay, beautiful. I, however, put something in the box whenever I feel like it. Actually, I put a poem in there earlier this morning. Remembering that, my heart froze. The poem. Huh? There's something in here. Put it back. I I tried to reach for the piece of paper he was holding, but Eric dodged me swiftly. Why do you even put stuff in this box? It's not like they'll ever read it. But do not fret, sister. Leave it to me. I'll play the part. He squinted his eyes exaggeratedly and started to read aloud. My heart is cold, a story left untold. My heart started to race faster than it had ever been. Stop, I said. Put it back. Put it back, Eric. I hadn't shared that with anybody, and it was supposed to be for Mom and Dad's eyes only. Well, if they ever got around to it, but that didn't matter right now. So maybe I was even taking the gamble that they would understand it, that they would feel something, but now Eric had read it. Out of all people, Eric. This stuff gets old. Don't you have anything better to whine about? I'd like to see some variations. Eric put the paper down for a moment. My racing heart stopped. It felt like a porcelain that had just had a hammer to it. He was making fun of it. He hated it. Wait, what do you mean by that? By what? Have you read my other? As if to further irritate me, Eric quickly took out my marker from the coffee table and started scribbling something on it as he responded. Oh yeah, Def. They're 10 times more dramatic over poetry, by the way. You know what? You should write a play or something. You seem to have a knack for making the simplest things out to be some sort of tragedy. Dude, this guy is such a dick. I hate him. I hate him so bad. He just reaches in there and reads all of his sister's stuff. That's why this box thing, this pity box, would never work out. See, this part right here, it's... Shut up. Shut the hell up. Eric seemed to be caught off guard with my sudden outburst. He stopped speaking mid-sentence, and I snatched the paper from his hands. In the heat of the moment, I tore it to pieces in tears. Feeling so exposed, I fled back to my room as fast as my legs would take me, not bothering to look back at a choked sob. I stared down at my hands. Why did I do that? I tore it up, my feelings, and just... It was like Eric had already stepped over them before that, though. I turned on my laptop. I wondered if anyone had watched the rant I put up last night. Should I make a new one about what just happened? I shook away the thought. I didn't even want to talk about it right now. Instead, I scrolled through the list of previous videos. My brother is worse than yours. Survival guide on how to stay sane when your brother is an annoying prick. Your younger sister's confession. Most of them seemed pretty angst-ridden. Not that I had have valid reasons for them. Not that I didn't have valid reasons for them. These were like my video diaries. They didn't have a lot of views, but that didn't matter. It was probably better that way. In fact, none of my friends knew about this ranting account. It was just a side that I didn't feel comfortable showing to anyone I knew. But there was no way for them to know anyway, except for Eric. After what just happened, I couldn't say that I would mind if Eric saw these. Maybe I should even show them to him. My cell phone suddenly rang, cutting off my train of thought. I picked it up immediately without looking at the caller. Whoever it was, I was going to tell them to piss off. Yeah, I was in that kind of a mood. Hey. Stand by for a courier. What? I didn't order... Did I? Maybe someone ordered something for me. Possibly a salute... To salute me for putting up with my asshole of a brother. Maybe a secret admirer? I had a few of those creeps. I mean, you are cute, so... Realizing that there was no longer anyone on the other end of the line, I hung up to the sound of knocking at the door. That was odd. Deliveries didn't come with a phone call announcement. I wondered if the door had... I answered the door with trepidation, hoping it would be a swirl skirt that I had emailed a picture to my dad. A buff-looking man with a blue baseball cap stood at the doorway. I wasn't great at gauging ages, but he seemed to be in his late 20s or early 30s, around my cousin Mark's age, 29, without the adult acne, though, thankfully. I guess he was kind of attractive if I went for ancient guys, which I didn't. Yo, this chick is so ridiculous and overdramatic. She is legitimately a drama queen, but at the same time, her brother's kind of a stupid jerk, so I mean, she always drooled over experienced dudes, but in truth, they mostly just looked the part. Like many other freshman students, she also was trying to get the attention of seniors. I didn't bother with that. My brother was a senior, and just look at him. Hello? Yeah. I was zoned out for a bit there. Press your finger here and sign. He held out the electronic device and signed, signed, trying to steal a glance behind him as I did. Where was the package though? Not now that I thought about it, I didn't see him holding anything. Hope it goes well for you. Man turned to leave. Hold it. Don't you have something for me? He turned back momentarily. Transaction's complete. But no new skirt? What did I sign for then? What are you going on about? The sibling experiment. You just signed yourself up. The what? That weird quiz yesterday? Seeing as I just stood in a daze, he left before I could say anything more about it. That was weird. I hope it didn't include selling my organs or something. Keep cool, Jasmine. It's probably just some playing pretend game. Did her brother get swapped out with someone else? Is that what it is? That's kind of interesting. Yo, I have this thing stuck in my freaking shirt. It's annoying. Okay, a while later, I couldn't still wrap my head around how they knew where I was when there came a knock on my bedroom door. I tried to tune it out, thinking it was Eric coming to apologize. It wasn't him. Of course, would Eric knock? Though it kind of bothered me that it wasn't him. What the hell is his problem? I wasn't going to forgive him, but he could have at least said he was sorry or acted like he was. That was the decent thing to do, wasn't it? Sometimes I wondered where he got his manners from. Honey, did he even grow up in the same household as me, or was his brain absent all these years? I got up to open it for my mom because I had actually been learning good manners all these years and knew what was the decent thing to do. Mom was still dressed in her work clothes, and it was apparent my parents had just gotten home. I heard about your poem, Eric told us. Mom, he scribbled all over it, all my thoughts and feelings, and I heard, but you misunderstood, Jazz. If you'd just taken a moment to actually process what he was trying to say. He was making fun of me, Mom. Why would you take his side of the story but won't listen to mine? And even now, you're still defending him? I'm not defending anyone here. I'm just trying to get you to understand that things weren't how you thought they were. Funny, you weren't even there, but how did you know how things were? Drop it, Mom. Eric is an insensitive prick, and he'll always be an insensitive prick. Jasmine, you can't always lay everything on Eric. You overreacted. Tearing it up wasn't necessary. Eric didn't mean it like that. I mean, did you hear what he said? Dude was kind of a jerk. I mean, I get it. Jasmine shouldn't be writing poems about how she hates, her brother all the time, but still, like, the fact that he constantly reads it and takes it out, like, that's legitimately teasing. It's not, like, you shouldn't do that. You should just let the letters stay in the box and let the parents read it, and the parents will decide what they want to do or how they want to react to it. I'm always having a totally normal, understandable reaction to my poem getting mocked. It's you who are overreacting. And even if it's what you said, where is Eric? Why are you here? Why doesn't he have the guts to come forward and tell me, does he? Jasmine Jameson, where are your manners? Have some self-control. You cannot keep speaking to me like this. If you keep it up, you're grounded, understood? Was she kidding me? Ground me for something he did? He provoked me. He made her come here to lecture me. Possibly he gave her his misleading side of the story as well. What the hell was this misunderstanding about? But Mom, this is ridiculous. You never listened to me. We trust Eric's judgment, Jasmine. I'm not gonna lie. Blindly taking... It's weird, though. Okay, I have 3 younger siblings, and I'm going to tell you right now, the parents never take the older sibling's side of the story. Ever. So it's kind of weird. At least, maybe that's just my parents and acquaintances' parents that I have talked with. but it just seems like the older sibling, no matter what their biological sex or their gender is, it just seems like they almost always believe the younger sibling side of the story. So this is what it came down to. They believed him solely because of the fact that he was older, even though he had all the maturity of a 5-year-old. There might as well be rain clouds over my head on how darkly I was staring down my own mother. I said one final thing before slamming the door in her face. Grounded, you thought I'd fear that? Shame on you, then. Jasmine, come back out here. Jasmine. I could hear her banging on the door, but I didn't care anymore. She could think whatever she wanted to. Why did I have to deal with this when I was the one who was getting insulted? There was no justice in this world anymore. I closed my eyes, trying to calm my breathing. Mom mumbled something and seemed to have left. This was getting old. That's what he said to me, damn it. Whatever. Eric was a blatant liar, and that was just a fact. She trusted him. Shame on her. Interesting. Naturally, a lot of my usual Eric drama followed after that, and nothing ever happened about that bizarre confirmation. So imagine my horror when I woke up that morning to the feel of someone right beside me, in my room, on my bed. Jasmine, Jasmine, wake up! I felt a violent shaking on my shoulder, rousing me from my sleep. Who? Jazz, come on, we've got school! My eyes snapped open and fixed on a poster near some chipped wallpaper. Posters. How tacky. Had this person ever heard of decorated frames? Yeah, this was my exact first thought. What? Oh, did they just... What kind of dream was this? Why was I dreaming of something so below me? None of my dreams had ever been something so lame. The fuck is this guy? To my surprise, my sleepy eyes then behold a blonde-haired boy with a cheeky grin staring at me. A total complete stranger. He was so close our nose almost touched. I let out an almighty scream. Who are you? What are you doing to me? Where am I? Ah! I screamed some more and didn't stop until the boy ripped the sock from his left foot off and shoved it straight in my... Whoa! All I could taste was foot stench. Freaking foot stench. My face must have gone completely green, and it wasn't going to stop. I spat the sock out and started screaming once more. This time some woman with equally tacky uniform as the posters ran into the room. The first thing I had noticed was her face was her penciled eyebrows. Hey lady, that wasn't how you were supposed to fill your eyebrows. What's going on here? Jasmine's having a mental breakdown, Mom. All that older child pressure has finally gotten on her. Older child? What was this boy saying? I was the younger child. And what was I doing here? Where was here? What? Was this not a dream? Why are they talking so much? How did they know my name? My head was spinning with questions. It was a lot hitting me all at once. The boy with no sense of personal space stepped forward and knocked on my scalp. Did you hit your head or something? I drew the blanket up on the bed around me, cocooning myself. Who are you? Why are you invading my privacy? Don't touch me. I stare in horror at all the ugly posters in the room. They surrounded me. They were everywhere. Just where in the world was I? Mom, Jazz has amnesia. You both know people only get that in the movies or on television. Oh, you both know people only get that in the movies and on television. Jasmine, stop playing tricks on your brother and get out and come down for breakfast. Brother, who? People get amnesia, Mom. Maybe my baseball accidentally flew into her skull and got her completely damaged. I knew well enough that amnesia didn't work like that. It didn't give you completely different memories, and I clearly remembered everything about my life up until that point. I don't have amnesia. I'm having delusions of being in a poorly constructed, badly decorated room with strangers. As long as it's only that, hun, you'll be fine. Come downstairs when you're ready. Tyler, you too. The woman eyed me in wonder, but then she just patted my head and left the room, much to my dismay. I worked the foul taste of the sock around in my mouth, stared that monster down. I would never be fine again, not for the rest of my unfortunate life. Perhaps I should shove it down his throat as well. The monster, whose name was Tyler, from what I gathered, had his head cocked to one side, assessing me, his hair curtaining his face. I don't like how I can't save. Should I ask him about it all, or yell at him to leave? I mean, I should, honestly, I should be like, what the fuck is going on here? Who are you? Where am I? Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to think. Getting information makes sense. The boy who disturbed my slumber actually wasn't entirely unfortunate looking, but no matter. The whole thing still didn't sit well with me. So what if it was kind of cute? Oh. Cute, right, cute. All except for that disgusting sock of his. Bleh. I felt like dry heaving. I don't know about cute. I mean, he's kind of there, I guess. This can't be real, can it? There's, like, literally no way. What? I'm in a stranger's bed right now in a stranger's house with a stranger's brother and a mom, too, apparently. Tell me this isn't reality. I started slapping my hands moderately hard against my cheeks. I must be dreaming. I'm probably just high on chocolate. Because that's how that works, guys. I didn't stop until I felt my skin stinging over my palms. No way. He looked at me as if I had grown an extra head. You want me to go call Mom? You probably need to go see a doctor or something. I laughed out loud this time, wanting to cry at the same time. Tyler, is it? What? This isn't right. You're just realizing that now, Jazz. What do you mean? You know I'm not your sister too? Oh, you're my sister, all right. I don't find much right about it. I stared at him blankly. Was this person right in the head? Well, thanks. That was a lot of help. Anytime, sis. Yeah, don't call me that. It's weird. Jumping out of bed, I struggled to make heads or tails over my current predicament. I still don't know what's going on, but I sure wouldn't want to just lie in bed waiting for miracles to happen. I had to figure out exactly what was happening, or else I was going to go crazy. If I wasn't already, that is. See, that makes sense. It'd be like, what the fuck's going on? Who am I? Where am I? Like, most people would have that reaction. Of course, Jasmine might not be most people, but still. Is that a picture of a freaking... one of those stupid giant claw freaking machines that they use in construction on her wall? Or is that a rock? I don't know. But that middle one on the left side, it looks like one of those construction claw things. I'm not sure what they're called, but that's just, you know, that seems like an odd thing to have on the wall. Not to mention, this room looks kind of boring. Is this really a girl's room? I mean, to be fair, if they swapped places with TJ, then more than likely, you know, it's kind of got that tomboyish feel, which... And everything's really neat and organized, so, I mean... I don't know, I'm just a girly girl, so I'd have... If I had the ability to decorate my room, which I currently don't exactly have that ability, definitely make it really cute. But I don't really have that ability again. Of all things, I'd have to admit I'm not anticipating this. I was in for the shock of my life. Not the strangers or the ugly surroundings, but the closet of all things. Here it is, the tomboy closet. She's a girly girl like I am, so walking into this, like... See, welcome to my world, man. When I had to open my dresser and there's all the clothes my parents bought for me and none of them are cute or interesting. If I hadn't been so tired, the change would have registered sooner but mornings had never been my strong point. The horror just didn't stop there. Baggy t-shirts and khakis. Khakis! Was this even a girl's closet? Who went out in such costumes? The backup disc external is full. Yeah. Me, apparently, or I'd have to wear my pajamas. I managed to find something that wasn't as disastrous as the rest of my closet and went downstairs, bracing myself for whatever the hell this was going to be. I thought this was bad. It was bad enough to get stuck with a gross older brother, but to be stuck with a gross strangers acting like they were your family is grotesque in a grotesque, filthy house. This was a mismatch. A mismatch. This was injustice here. Yeah, she looks so weird. compared to the cute pink dress that she normally wears, now she's in like this rocker t-shirt and khakis. That's so wild. It's kind of funny though, like they switch lives like that. It's kind of an interesting plot, and we're going to find out what happens in the next episode. So make sure you click that thumbs up button down below for me, because you already know your support is greatly appreciated. And leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. You know, if you had the ability to participate in the sibling experiment, even if you didn't have any siblings, would you do it? I want to know your answers. Let me know in the comment section, and we'll see you all next time.